because you see at the start of the season when this, especially you lot in the chat as well, I remember your names as well. Fucking 2 games in when we fucking lost them 2 games against Brighton and Brentford, and you lot were fucking panicking. I told you guys don't panic. I told Saeed don't panic. Everyone was fucking losing their mind. Saba, if you saw, I was putting out fires every single show, yeah. And now look at us. Now look at us, and now we're fighting on 4 fronts.
Yeah, it's look. This I say every stream, a month, a week, a month is a long time in football. And once Ten Hag got over that really difficult beginning spell, we started to see, as football fans, started to see just what this guy was about. His treatment of Ronaldo was spot on.
Let's talk about that.
Okay,
because no one's talking about that. Because when I said get Ronaldo out this club, yeah. Furthermore, I said don't bring him in the first place because I knew he was a virus.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And they brought him in. Apparently, he carried our football club, and then we get rid of him, and within months we have a trophy.
Yeah,
and nobody's talking about it. Why is no one praising the manager? Why is no one talking about the fact that Ronaldo was holding our football club back? Well, no one's talking about it because it doesn't suit the agendas.
Yeah, I think the problem you've got is Ronaldo now is such a global superstar that people can't separate the Ronaldo from peak to Ronaldo of now. So, for example, I had friends that are Man United fans saying to me when you got him back, like saying the same thing as you, Rants, saying, this, fans think we're getting back the same player, but it's not. This is a different man. This is an older man. You have to completely build a team around him to make up for his deficiencies. It turned out to be that way. He scored some goals and people, I think, overshadowed everything else that was wrong with the team. Yeah. And Ten Hag come in, look, that's strong management. When Rashford, I don't know the ins and outs. What was he, late for training or missed training or something like that?
He was late. Like, right, he overslept. He overslept.
Right, you're benched. All of that. I think he held himself really well throughout that whole Ronaldo debacle of the interview with Piers Morgan. And look, I saw when he brought in Weghorst, there were some people asking him some difficult questions in interviews, going, "Why have you brought this guy? He doesn't score goals."
And then he got the assist in the final.
And Ten Hag was like, "Football is about more than one player, but what this one player can give our team, that's my job to deal with." I just think he's a good manager.
This is what I love about him. He sat down in the press conference and he said, "Listen, you guys are talking about the lack of goals from this guy. Go and watch the goal back. This guy's run takes 3 players out of the way and makes space for the goal that we score." Yeah. Those kind of things. You don't get assists for that, unfortunately, guys. There's no stats for this. And this is why I always think that the eyes are the best way to judge players. Because what you see off the ball, stuff like that, the amount of times players make these dangerous runs and open space and stuff like that, because that's what it is in football, bro. Like, football is every single goal scored in football can be attributed to a mistake by somebody. Like, there's very, very rarely a time where you guys remember Ronaldo's goal against Porto for Manchester United, if you're old enough, when he struck the ball from like 37 yards or something like that. Like, them kind of goals there are no one's fault because no one has a right to shoot from there. But anything within 20 yards from the goal, you can blame somebody. Someone didn't shut their man down. Someone lost their runner, this, that, and the other. Like, football is literally like a game of chess. That's what it is. Do you know what I mean? So when you see goals scored, you have to look at not only who put the ball in the net, but that movement off the ball here, that overlap from the fullback that maybe you didn't use, but he's taken the player away to give you half a yard to get the ball out, to get the shot off. Like, this is what it is. And intelligent players, a lot of the time, they do a lot of stuff without touching the ball. Do you know what I mean? And that's what Weghorst does. Even when you look at his pressures, the amount of turnovers that he causes because he presses so hard and so high up the pitch, we win the ball back a lot of the time when he's chasing the defenders down. He doesn't get credit for that. They just say, oh, like he's not scoring goals. But literally, most of the turnovers when teams try and play out the back is because he's charging them down.
Yeah, he's a selfless player, isn't he? I think I think you're spot on in regards to every goal is because of an error. It doesn't matter where it starts on the pitch. For a team to win the ball back means someone's either given it away, crossed it poorly, passed it badly, miscontrolled it. That's life. But again, we're so fixated now on like things like, which team have conceded the most goals through big errors? It's like, what are we talking about? So yeah, look, I think you're spot on. I think he's done a great job, Weghorst. And he's not been brought in to score your goals. Rashford's your man scoring the goals. All the others are chipping in. And that's
the thing with Rashi. And you know what's amazing about Rashford? He's not really playing that well, but he doesn't have to. Do you know what I mean? Everyone attributes Marcus Rashford scoring all these goals to him playing amazingly. He's not playing amazingly well. The team's playing well, and he happens to be the beneficiary at the moment. Do you know what I'm saying? But when you look at the game, even yesterday, for large spells of the game, he wasn't in it. But then he popped up with a goal. And I watched an interview with Rashford as well, which he did before with Sky Sports. And he even said, the manager said to me, you got 95 minutes. You only need to be good once. That's it.
Yeah.
You only need to be good once. You've got 95 minutes. Make sure, even if you only get one chance, that you put the ball in the net when you get that one chance. You've got 95 minutes. And that's what he says to him. So when you look at our team now, everyone's saying, Rashford's carrying. No one's carrying anyone. The team is functioning how the team is supposed to function. When most people scoring all them goals for Liverpool, he wasn't carrying Liverpool. The system was enabling him to get in these positions to score these goals. It wasn't a carry job. There's no such thing as carry jobs in football. It's an 11-man sport. You can get carried in basketball because someone can pick up the ball from one end of the court to the other. Like, football doesn't work that way. Nobody gets carried in football. Systems can carry players, but a player can't carry a system or a team. It doesn't work that way. That's what, and all the players are aware of that now.
Absolutely. As we've said before, this is the problem with far too many needless stats popping up into the game. And I can't ever have anyone telling me purely based on stats a player was good or not. If I've watched the game, I will make my own judgment if they've played well, right? And look, Weghorst for me does the job. He does the job that he's been brought in to do. I think we know as football fans, he's not the long-term solution. I'd be surprised if he was. But for the interim, if he comes in, you win the League Cup. If you win an FA Cup or win a league or whatever, it's a masterstroke, isn't it? Absolute masterstroke if that happens. So a lot to play for, and I think you're going to be heavily involved in
everything.
Who you got in the FA Cup? You must be playing this week.
West Ham tomorrow. No, Wednesday. West Ham.
Where is it?
West Ham at Old Trafford.
Oh. Okay, so you're going through there, and then what's that? That takes you into the quarters, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. And then look, who are the big teams left in the FA Cup now? Man City.
Yeah, I think we can get City in the final. I think they're on the other side of the draw to us.
So you've got Man City and
one other team.
We're the only other ones in there from the top four.
And Spurs, yeah. That's it.
And then we've got Sheffield United on Wednesday night away. Look, for me, I'm looking at this as the best chance for Spurs winning a trophy for.
It is. But that's our trophy though. Like, I'm letting people know already now. This is our trophy.